Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. We have some good news that comes along with a whole lot of wind. That's kind of a weird thing to say, but we're going to get rid of that wildfire smoke. We're going to jump into Lydia's forecast here in a moment. But of course, we always like to remind you we're live every weekday morning. We're a little earlier than normal this morning because that's just how life goes. Yep. But it stays on your feed throughout the day. So whenever it works best for you, you can watch your morning news and weather updates right here on Facebook. Also, it's made into a podcast. You can always listen to it at inform.com/podcast. Look for the Inform Minute. All right. You warned us, don't bother with the hair. It's going to be a windy one.
It's not worth it. Don't use the extra hairspray today. Wind anywhere from 40 to 45 miles an hour for the gusts today. Yeah, that's feisty. Yeah. So because of that, wind advisory goes into effect at 1 o'clock, lasts until 7 p.m. tonight to kind of give you a time frame of when things will be at their breeziest. Because the wind is out of the southeast, though, it's pushing out the wildfire smoke.
That's good.
Thank goodness. It was disgusting.
So thick. I mean, it's not new to have it wildfire, but this has been bad.
Yes, a long stretch, just terrible. It kind of made its way down to the ground. It was smelly yesterday. Air quality was terrible. So that is all getting better today. Thank goodness. Now, because the wind is also out of the southeast, it's pumping in some heat. We'll see some sunshine, more blue to the sky today instead of that smoky haze, and temperatures in the 80s to even near 90 in some spots. We'll go 87 in Fargo today. It's kind of toasty. Good weather, though, for the French fry feed up in Grand Forks. Just hold on tight to the boats of fries and the napkins because they could easily tootle away.
You don't lose your fries.
No.
And the wind.
Exactly, yeah. So tomorrow, still breezy. Gusts near 30, though, so better than today. Temperature still into the 80s. We'll keep the 80s around through the weekend. Weekend looks good. Sunshine, dry weather. And then by about the middle of next week is when I have us kind of crashing down into the 70s. A little bit of a transition, more rain chances for next week too. Even cooler by the time we get to next weekend with highs only in the 60s and rain chances, which I'm a little about because it's NDSU homecoming. So you've got the parade Friday night, tailgating on Saturday, just a lot of festivities.
A lot of people in town.
Exactly. So hopefully not raining for all those outdoor things, or at least conveniently raining at perfect times where indoor events are scheduled.
Exactly.
Potato Bowl this weekend, though, looks great up in Grand Forks. Mostly sunny and high temp right near the 80-degree mark.
All right.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you,
Lydia. Well, we're tracking breaking news out of Jamestown. We broke this on First News this morning. Right now, police are investigating a possible house explosion. We do know one person was sent to the ER. Pretty intense destruction. We did get some video. You can see some of those pictures being posted to inform.com. Of course, we'll have new video for you on our 11 o'clock newscast as well this morning. Now, Jamestown police confirmed that one person was taken to the ER. However, they could not confirm yet the severity of the injuries. The Jamestown Fire Department did tell us they were called out to a fire at that house right around 1:30 this morning. It was on the west side of town, just south of the railroad tracks. We are still working to find out if it was a house explosion. There's some reports that maybe fireworks played a role. The garage destroyed and the home damaged, nearby homes and garages damaged as well. So stick with the news leader for updates on that breaking story. And this morning we have new information on a motorcycle crash that happened in downtown Fargo. A semi-driver has been cited in the crash that seriously injured that motorcyclist. It happened at the intersection of 2nd Avenue North and 10th Street. That's in downtown Fargo, kind of near where the NDSU downtown campuses, their downtown Fargo buildings. Police tell WDAY the semi was trying to make a left turn onto 2nd Avenue from the right lane. The motorcycle, which was in the left lane, hit the semi. We do know the motorcyclist was taken by ambulance. Also, the semi had an oversized load. It was carrying a big tractor on the back. A semi driver, a 49-year-old man from Manhattan, has been cited for making an improper left turn. Today, heads up, if you're in Grand Forks, a bridge is closing down while the Department of Transportation does some inspections. The Point Bridge is going to close at 8 this morning. Could affect traffic, create some slowdowns in that area. The bridge is expected to reopen sometime this afternoon. A community meeting about a dairy farm in Richland County. The $90 million operation farm is in the works just south of Abercrombie, North Dakota. Riverview Dairy wants to bring 12,500 dairy cows to the area. This project, combined with the proposed dairy farm in Trail County, would pretty much quadruple the state's dairy farm population. Now, Riverview hosted an open house where some people who live nearby say they have some concerns. They're worried about the smell, they're worried about contamination and things like that. So we're going to continue tracking that story as well. A couple of big national headlines as well. Inspectors warned about major deficiencies at a Virginia Boar's Head plant 2 years before the deadly listeria outbreak linked to deli meat made there. Of course, we've been reporting that here on WDAY. The USDA documents identified issues like rusty equipment, flaking paint, and dripping condensation. Some of these dates date back a couple of years. We do know that 57 people from 18 states have been hospitalized, one of them in Minnesota. No reports in North Dakota, but at least 9 people have died. So a lot of new information coming out of that story. And we're also tracking Tropical Storm Francine as she slams the Gulf Coast. Francine hit Louisiana as a Category 2 hurricane. We had just intense video this morning. High winds, heavy rain coming down. It has since weakened since it hit landfall. It's now a tropical storm, but still expected to impact multiple states, including Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, and Florida. We know more than 8 million people, 10 million people are inside a flood watch right now because of that storm. A foot of rain could fall in isolated spots today. So we'll continue tracking that story for you as well. A couple of sports headlines. The Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks season is on the line tonight. They're going to play a winner-take-all Game 3 in the West Division Championship. The Redhawks, of course, fought off elimination on Wednesday night against Winnipeg, but they rallied back to win 5-3, so we'll see what happens tonight. Whoever wins tonight's game will move on to the championship series and take on the Kane County Cougars. First pitch is at 6:30 tonight in Winnipeg. Talking Sports Hot Mic with Dom Izzo is coming up here 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra, also inforum.com. UND had a thrilling comeback win last week. So how did they build off that? They're going to have a preview of their matchup with Idaho State. Of course, Lydia mentioned that. The French fry feed's happening today, but a whole week of fun stuff with the Potato Bowl week going on in Grand Forks. Plus, Fargo's Tom Hoagie is back on the golf course to start a new year. Dom's going to have an update from this week's PGA Tour stop. Hot Mic is on 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra. Remember, now's a great time to get that inforum.com subscription. 99 cents a month for your first 3 months. Just go to inforum.com/subscribe to check it out. Like I mentioned, our next newscast coming up at 11 this morning. You're going to want to join us for the latest on that wind advisory, plus breaking news out of Jamestown with that possible house explosion. And of course, we have you covered this afternoon. 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. And we'll be back tomorrow morning for more First News. Have a great day, everyone.